know if you enjoyed last week or not, but I sure did, just getting in the Word and looking at, the dominion that we have as a believer, and looking at ministering spirits sent forth to minister to those who will inherit salvation. And just as we did that study in Genesis and talking about the serpent, remember he said, "Did God say?" Did God say? And a lot of things in your life is really going to be come up against did God say? The Lord spoke to your heart to believe a certain way or talk a certain way or pray a certain way. And when you do that and you come in and the enemy tries to wall up you and the enemy's going to whisper in your ear and say, "Did God really say?" And did God really say? It's important. And so it's something that we consider, and sometimes we just sort of fluff off and think, well, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, if you let it begin to build a bridge in your mind, you'll build a real big bridge that says, "Did God really say?" And you'll begin to second guess everything that God ever did for you and through you and with you. And so we need to be aware of that. We're going to look in some scriptures in a minute, but one of the most important things is, as a parent, as a student of the Word, you need to recognize the power in the blood of the Lamb. I mean, there is, we sing the song, there is power, wonder-working power. But sometimes when you're in the middle of just driving in the ditch, you need to be able to plead the blood in your situation and begin to look at that and to see it change your life. A. Mitchell wrote years and years and years ago that the bloodline makes a circle. It starts in heaven, goes to the earth, and it ends back in heaven. And you need to begin to count on that. That when you're praying for your children, when you're praying for your ministry, when you're praying for your job, when you're praying for your spouse, that you just begin to plead the blood over the situation, because the Word says the blood will never lose its power. That when the destroyer comes, he will have to pass over. How many know in the Old Testament when the destroyer, when he saw the blood on the doorpost, the destroyer had to pass over? How many know we need to begin to see the destroyer pass over? Maybe you've got an area of your life where you say, "I just need to begin to see this pass over, because I've got to apply that blood to the four corners of my life, to the four corners of my home, maybe to the four corners of your head, if you have a blockhead, but to the four corners of your life, up to your situation," right? But, that sounds funny, but your mind, it all starts in your mind, right? And so you need to begin to apply the blood and begin to say, God is causing me to overcome, and that blood will never lose its power. So let's go. This